Hi you guys, my name is Cherita and I need an intro. So if you guys have yet to watch this video that is kind of floating around the beauty community by Samantha Ravndahl, by Samantha, I advise you guys to watch the video because that's what I'm going to be talking about. But I mean, you could stay here and then go watch the video or whatever. That's what my video is going to be about today. Samantha uploaded this video about why she will no longer be receiving PR packages. Now the video itself, it's maybe like 20-ish minutes long, but it is such a good and in-depth video that I think everybody, especially top beauty gurus, probably should watch the video and maybe lead by example, because the things that she said, it was really, really interesting and I thoroughly enjoyed the video. So when the video starts, she basically starts off by saying that PR is 100% a business transaction. Basically what happens is companies, they shell out all this money and they send their products to big name peoples in hopes that they review and like the product. And then that way that influencer can tell the masses, hey, I really like this. You should go purchase it yourself. Now, I don't want you guys to get PR mixed up with sponsorships. Now, sponsors are when you are actually paid to review an item, whereas PR, basically they're sending it in hopes that you will like their product and talk about it. PR, you don't have to talk about it. Sponsorships, you do. So Sam, can I call her Sam? Samantha was saying that she is on at least 40 to 45, 47 PR lists. And those are her regular PR lists. Those are the brands that are consistently sending her packages. She said there was like a process and there were things that led up to the reasonings as to why she is taking herself off of a lot of PR lists. And one of the main things that she talked about is she said about 80% of the stuff that she receives, she either donates it or gives it away, and she never really gets a chance to like unbox it and review it. And it was just kind of becoming like a clutter to her home and all this other stuff. And then she said, like, even out of 20% of the stuff that she keeps, she may only use that product once for a video. And then once she's used that product, she can no longer donate it. So then it goes into like a pile of stuff that she forgets that she has because she receives so many things. So she put it into perspective and she said on a slow week, she gets 10 to 15 packages a week. That's a week. There's only 7 days in a week and she's receiving 10 to 15 packages. And that's on a slow week. On a regular week, she is receiving 20 to 30 packages. Can you imagine having 30 packages in your house of stuff that you may not need? So then she went in to talking about how PR packages are just wasteful. And she showed this mascara. She goes, you guys, look, I got this mascara. And this mascara came inside of this box, and held up a box. And she goes, and then this box came inside of this box. And then this box came inside of this box, all for one mascara. And the boxes got flashier and flashier as she went on. So like the initial box was like this big, like beautiful, colorful type deal that was inside of like a regular standard like brown Amazon box, which was then in the product package, which then contained the product, the mascara. And she's like, that is so wasteful. And number one, the earth is dying. Hello. So the fact that she is wanting to limit her resources or her wastefulness or whatever, that's amazing in itself. But then she was saying that she chooses to recycle all of this stuff, but because the box comes inside of the box, which comes inside of a box, she, once a week, she has to send that off to recycling. And then because PR packaging is getting so much more like flashy and it includes like LEDs and screens, they can't go straight to the regular recyclables. She has to call in this special person to come in like once every couple months, and she pays $600 for this person to come and take all of the stuff that cannot go into the regular recycle bins. So, I mean, right then and there, I feel like that was like valid enough for her to be like, this is why I'm no longer doing PR. And then she goes on to talk about the evolution of PR. So because the beauty industry is so saturated, PR has now gotten more, and I keep saying this word over and over because it was a word that she used, but has gotten more flashy. And it's basically these brands are fighting for exposure in hopes that whoever they send their packaging to will be like, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this packaging, and I'm gonna unbox it and I'm gonna talk about this product. Samantha did say that it used to just be like product in a box. That's just what it used to be. And more times than none, she would talk about it. But now, because the industry is so saturated, people are spending so much more money that's unnecessary to make sure that their product stands out in hopes that somebody talks about their product. Not only was she receiving like a whole bunch of PR, but she was also receiving a bunch of gifts. And she went down the list of gifts that she has received from brands. I mean, the list consisted of things all the way from like hats to like coffee makers. She also talked about the inability to entirely put bias aside when you're receiving things for free. And that includes like gifts and stuff, but I'll touch on that in a second. But when she was talking about PR, she says one of two things happens when you receive PR a lot. She said either one, people post about every single thing that they get in PR, like on their Insta stories or their Snapchat, maybe even Facebook Live, I don't know. But she was saying that they'll unbox everything, but people really don't like watching people open things that they got for free. You know, it's going to be long. Not everybody's going to watch the whole thing. They may skip through, and then people's products get lost in, you know, within the mix of all of these PRs. Or, so that was the first type of person that receives PR. The second type of person that receives PR is something that she said she relates to more. And that's, she's getting so much product that she doesn't even talk about it at all. And she says she feels like a lot of influencers are kind of heading towards that way just because it's so overwhelming. You have to open up the boxes. You have to decide what it is that your viewers want to see. You have to decide if it's something that you're even interested in. You have to decide if it's even the right skin tone or if it works for your skin texture, skin type. And so it got to the point where it was just like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this. I'm just going to push it aside, and I'm going to make the content that I would like to make for my viewers. So another thing that she said was she feels like brands are trying to rush out as much product as fast as possible. And basically that's to try to stay relevant. What she's noticed is that because they're pushing these products out really fast, is like they're not taking their time when they are coming up with new products. Is nobody's being unique. It's the same thing over and over and over. It just has a different name attached to it. Because there is good quality makeup within every budget range from drugstore to high end, she feels like the new products that are coming out, the quality is getting less or going down because they're just trying to rush to put out product just to get PR to these YouTubers or these influencers. She also talked about how PR is time consuming for her for reasons I mentioned before. She's got to unbox. She's got to decide if it's, you know, something that her audience wants to see. She also said that, you know, if for whatever reason she's not at home and she misses the delivery person, she has to go to the post office and she has to pick it up. And, you know, that's time out of her day. She also sometimes has to pay import taxes because she lives in Canada and she's getting PR boxes from the States or, you know, from overseas. And so it becomes time consuming, and also it's now costing her money for something that was supposed to be free. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's not like she ordered it and now she's paying money because they're sending it to her. So I want to go back to the inability to be 100% biased or entirely biased when receiving products for free. It's very easy to recommend a product that you receive for free when you don't know how much it is. Now, yes, you can do your research, but most of the time you open it up, you're like, all right, cool. I know my viewers like this. I'm gonna swatch it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And if you like it, it's easy to say, you know what? This was a really good product. But that's it. You know it works well, but you don't know how much it costs. You don't know anything about their customer service. You don't know how long it takes to ship. You don't know how long it takes from order to receiving. A lot of those things matter, you know, or if it's something that has to do with a shade range, you know, she receives a foundation or a concealer that's her shade, but she doesn't know anything about that entire shade range. And she may be pushing this amazing foundation, but it may not fit the audience that she's talking to because the shade, they may not have a shade that's dark enough, or they may not have a shade that's light enough, or they may not have shades with different undertones. So it's easy to just pick up something and be like, hey, I thought this was great. Now go get it. But you don't have anything to base it off of because it was sent to you. She also said that she was becoming desensitized to PR. And with that, it was just kind of like, not that she expects it, but when you're receiving PR, it's a lot easier to be more critical to the things that you've actually purchased. So she felt like there was a shift in that. And she also mentioned something about like how makeup just really isn't too much fun anymore. And I mean, she's been on YouTube, I think she said like five-ish years. And I mean, this is how she got her beginning was, you know, receiving PR packages and, you know, getting on PR lists so that she could build up her channel. And that way, you know, now she has enough subscribers and she gets enough views to where she can comfortably go out and buy the things that she wants to buy. And she also did say that she doesn't want to be on any PR list that she does not need to be on. And yes, she said she can take herself off and that can open up a spot for another influencer, because then that gives a chance for smaller channels that are very, very, very talented and, you know, they have a space within this YouTube community. It gives smaller influencers a chance to grow their channel. So basically she wants to purchase her own makeup that she's excited for. And that way she is giving, hopefully, which I think she does, so that she's giving an objective view so that it's not subjected. She's not being persuaded one way or the other with like free merchandise or whatever. She did say, however, that she still will do sponsorships, which I don't blame her. I mean, unless she's doing sponsorships like every single day just to say that she's doing it and to make her money, I don't see anything wrong with still doing sponsorships because, I mean, she's getting paid to do that, so why not? So Samantha talked a lot about how PR was very wasteful. And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, how can we make it so that PR is still being sent out, but I think it just needs to be, like she said, it used to be just in a box, right? But how can we make PR better for like society? You know, instead of putting all this money into like a big box to where you press play and like it plays a video saying like, hello, welcome to X, Y, and Z and enjoy your package and blah, 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 just to stand out. How can we make it so that these brands are like using their money in different ways so that influencers still want to talk about that brand, if that makes any sense? It probably doesn't. It makes sense in my head. So like areas in the world that people need to focus on, you know, such as like homelessness or police brutality or, you know, just anything that is wrong with society, whatever you deem wrong with society. How can we make it so that these influencers or these brands, more specifically, these brands are putting their money into something else instead of wasting money on all of this stuff, you know, cardboard boxes, LED lights, computer screens, just in hopes that an influencer watches your video. So like how can brands put their money to raise awareness in society? And if that happens and influencers start talking about, you know, well, I I received a PR package from CoverGirl in this regular plain old box, but CoverGirl does this, that, and the other. And, you know, they donated this amount of money to this and da-da-da-da-da. And if it matches up with their morals, then maybe that's another way just to raise awareness to people who are out there watching. Because right now I feel like we need a shift. Because right now, per these PR brands, these brands, all they can think about is, how can I make sure that this person sees my package first? And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's the wrong mindset to have right now, but that's just me. I could be wrong. But I think there needs to be a shift in how society thinks when it comes to things like this. Like, I feel like brands can use their voice in such a bigger way, and so can influencers. And I don't know, they're really influential. They're not just, I'm obnoxious and catch me outside, how about that? And now I have $1 million. Like, these are people who are really like trying to change, make a change. Okay, I'm done rambling. All right, so as I mentioned before, Samantha did this amazing video. I will link it down below. I really hope you guys go and watch the video because it was very eye-opening, and I hope this is something that a lot of influencers start to do, because I think it would be amazing. And what would be even better is if they said, hey, take me off of PR and I want you to put this person, and this person on your PR list. So that's just me. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.